Hey everybody, thanks for watching our videos. Shelly and I really do appreciate it. We really love making them, and I'm glad that you like watching them. Hopefully in the future we will get better at video editing and make them more enjoyable. But today I want to kind of take you back as to what we've done and what we're doing. So I'm going to pull up my little map here, and if you'll bear with me, it'll take me a little bit to kind of explain this. But here we are in Carabel, and we'll go back. Here's Tulsa, Oklahoma, where we live, where we're from. Right here is Branson, Missouri, Table Rock Lake, and right over here is Kentucky Lake. When we decided to do this, we put our boat on a flatbed trailer and we trucked it to Springfield and across over here to Grand Rivers, Kentucky, Green Turtle Bay Marina. From there we went south. Now as I go along here, kind of watch that each day we travel 30 to 70 miles. Anything over 70 makes a really long day. So on the map here, about from right here where we started to about right here is about a day travel. And then, you know, down to about right here was another day travel. Down in here was another day travel. And each at the end of each day, we are either on an anchor, anchored out somewhere isolated, or we're at a marina. So, and we might stay there a day, we might stay there a couple days a week, and in some cases we've stayed a month or more. But so let's go back. So we traveled down Kentucky Lake, down across the state of Tennessee to right here. This is Tennessee, this is Mississippi, this is Alabama. We could have turned and kept going here and gone to Chattanooga all the way up to Knoxville, but we didn't do that. We turned right here at Pickwick Lake. After you pull in here, you have to go through this one lock and dam right here. And between this lock and dam and Mobile, Alabama, I believe there's 11 locks. And this is the Tennessee Tom Bigby Waterway, or the 10 Tom, or affectionately known as the ditch. It's fairly long. It travels down through the state of Mississippi, goes down here by Tupelo, continues south. We're going down Columbus, Mississippi, and then we cross over into Alabama, down to a little town called Demopolis. So I'm sure you've heard me talk about that place. At Demopolis, you transfer into the Black Warrior River, where you follow this meandering river down to the coast. And as you get closer to Mobile, it turns into the Mobile River. And then it dumps you out here in the Mobile Bay, right at the Highway 10 tunnel, if you've gone underneath that, just close to the USS Alabama memorial ship. Once we came into Mobile Bay, we crossed over to Fairhope, and then we came around here, and right here at this little entrance is the ICW, the Intercoastal Waterway. And we followed it along. We stopped at Gulf Shores, we stopped at Orange Beach, we continued on through here, Pensacola, Gulf Breeze, and we zoom out a little bit, Navarre Beach, Fort Walton Beach, Destin, stayed at Destin Harbor, Miramar Beach, Santa Rosa, and right here we are still in the ICW. We have not gone out into the ocean yet. We come across here to Panama City, and then we continue on the intercoastal here, where we come in here. Right here is where I run aground. Big mistake, don't do that. We can continue in this cut here, and we came out of Apalachicola and we turned left, and we ended up here at Carabel, where we are right now. So what we're doing now is we are waiting on this body of water right here to calm down. There's some storms. I believe it's 6 to 8 foot seas out there. We need it to be 1 to 3 foot waves. So we're going to be waiting as long as it takes. We think Monday might be good, but whatever. We're not going to go out there if it's unsafe. So from Carabel, where we are now, to down here at St. Pete is 180 miles. It's basically, if you're from Tulsa, my friends from Tulsa, it's from downtown Tulsa to downtown Oklahoma City, back to downtown Tulsa. That's 90 miles one way, 90 miles back. That's 180 miles. That's about how far we're going to be at one point from the nearest land. We'll leave in the middle of the night. We haven't determined that yet, 2 a.m., whatever, so we can arrive down here by about 5 p.m. After we do that, we're going to go down here to Cape Coral. We're going to visit our buddy David Halsey. And then we're going to make another crossing out here west of Key West. There's some islands out here called the Dry Tortugas. If you get on the Google Earth and zoom in, you kind of got to really get in tight to see them. But they're right in here. And they say they're the best beaches and snorkeling in the United States, better than the Florida Keys. So after that, we're going to work our way up the Keys over here to Miami area. And this right here is the closest island of the nation of the Bahamas that you can go to. It's called Bimini. So we're going to go to Bimini. We're going to go to North Bimini, where we're going to go to immigrations and customs and get our dogs checked in, kind of orientate ourselves to the Bahamas. And we hope to do that March 1st. And then for the next 3 months, we're going to spend right down here in the Bahamas, traveling as far as we can go in the time that we have. And then before June 1st, on or before June 1st, we have to head back to the West Coast, and we have to be up north of the 32nd parallel, which is basically the Florida-Georgia line, where we think we might spend the winter there. And I got a brother that lives close. Alan lives not far from there. And then as soon as it warms up in the spring of 2022, we are going to head north so that we can be north in the winter, in the summertime. Now this ICW, this waterway that goes north, goes all the way up the East Coast. You can see it right here. It kind of meanders around, and it goes up, and it goes inland a little ways, but it travels along all these little towns, all these little fishing communities, all these little town squares and town events, and we're going to try to time it where we can go to celebrate their little communities. And we're going to work our way all the way north, go up to Savannah River a little bit maybe. But even in this area, it cuts through. You see that little line right there. You can work your way all the way up. There's one spot where you have to go out a little bit, but you would obviously wait till a good weather window. So anyway, we're going to go all the way north up to Maine, and then we're going to come back down to New York, and we're going to cut across the canal system over into the Great Lakes. We're going to explore Canada and the Great Lakes, and we're going to eventually end up over in Chicago, where we get back into the river system, work our way down here to St. Louis, work our way down here to the little section of the Ohio River, back over to Grand Rivers, Kentucky, which is where we started. If you do not include the side trips to the Dry Tortuga, to the Bahamas, up the rivers, and from New York to Maine, if you don't count any of that, and you just add the loop at 6,000 miles, and we expect to do at least another 1,500 miles beyond that. We're going to take 2 years to do it. I tell you, we are really enjoying ourselves. Shelley mentioned to me yesterday that she feels like she's living a storybook life, and that's wonderful. She deserves that, and I feel like I have regained at least 10 years of my life. Any of our friends and family back home that want to come join us, find your way to a marina. This would be so much more enjoyable if we could share it with the people that we love. And hopefully we'll see you out here sometime, and we'll keep posting, and please keep watching and let us know what you think.